this video, I'm going to demonstrate a new way I proposed to create a to-do list. The to-do list is simplification of TodoMVC, which is a demo to demonstrate that a framework has all the features to create a basic MVC app. And here's the to-do list I created before during development. It's like it food, and I can add task by pressing Enter key, and I can drink. I can add another task by clicking on the button and read books, and I can toggle the task, and I can remove the task. I can archive the task, and I can clear all the tasks. It's a very simple, very simple demo of to-do list, and the styles is far simpler than anyway. So I'm going to create this task in with this tool. I tried to record the video before minutes back. Turned out it's quite complicated. The video may last for half an hour. The last time I created the task, it took me more than 30 seconds to make it. But anyway, you can skip to the later position of the video. So the toolchain is based on Closure which is it's truly Closure. The different thing is I write Closure in my own editor, which is called Kelsey editor. It's Closure, but a little different. You don't have to learn this editor in this video, but I have to write code in this video with this editor. So, and the Kelsey editor is an editor created with Closure. You may already seen it on my screen, and now I'm going to create the task, the to-do list. So first thing to create a to-do list is to design the UI, and so basic things and header. It might be very. So a header may consist of 3 things. It's actually more than 3 things. There's some space here, and there's some text, and some input element, and a button. And so I'm going to draw this. Sorry, I may need a larger screen, but this is the one I use current. Maybe wait me for a minute. Tablet this component tablet this, and I'm going to it can be more similar. Okay, cool, much better. So I'm going to so the first step is to create a header. A header is a box with some elements, like adding this first element is I may need raw middle to keep things aligned in the middle. And the first thing is to some text element, like some text. The value is text. Value is to-do list, demo TodoMVC, and some presets like font fancy, and actually I need to 4 pixel and 8 pixel. It looks better in this way, and I need some did I? Okay, okay. I thought I've clicked E mistakenly. Clicked by accident. 8 pixels. Why is 8 pixel? So I added a space here. You may it's not visible at the current. Now I have some input element, and some placeholder for the task content. See if it's wrong. So I added a quote here, a double quote here to indicate it's a string. And some space again, and it's still white and pixel, and then a button. I need a button here to like, yeah, it should be called create task, add task, and yeah, I think it's cool. And maybe I need another thing, like, yeah, I think it's fine. So this is header. Let's make it very, very simpler by deleting the demo. So see, you already know it's a preview. This is a preview, and this is a header. So the different thing is when you create a component, actually the UI should respond to the data changes. So where's the data? So for the mock data UI, there's a mock panel in this UI to create some base data, like so it's a string. So the content is string. It's a string. It's in Clojure Eden. If you don't know that, it's in Clojure Eden, and demo task. This is a demo. I think it's cool, and I can use this data, and then it appears here, and I'm going to bind the value to the demo task, and it appears here. And by this character at, I tell the framework to use data directly from this data, which is passed to this component. Currently it's okay. I'm going to overview, and it's a task I created. It may not look that cool, but okay. And now I'm going to add some paddings. Where did I add some paddings? Oh, the padding should appear on 4 pixel, 8 pixel at the container, so it may look better in this way. So this is a header. Yeah, a footer might be very simple as well. A footer contains of two buttons, and there's some space between the buttons, like space 1.8 pixel. Here's button, and here's the another button, and I use some paddings as well. Oh, 4 pixel, 8 pixel. Well, let's remove the styles, and there's some text. Sorry, tag. The text is clear. Yeah, it's working, but I should be very careful. Text archive. So here are the patterns. it's not appearing on the overview panel, but because I'm not adding data. Actually, I don't think there's any data that need to be used in this example. Anyways, here's some footer, and then I'm going to create a task. So a task needs some data. So the data I used is basically some ID. It's a hash. It's actually a hash in my app. Let's call it Z01 a x01 and some text demo task or maybe noodles. Is it done? False. Actually, I may need another done task. Oh, use this, and I may need another done task. Like it's noodles. It noodles. Here are some 2 pieces of data. Nothing in preview yet, and the task is very simple in my case. It's just a button, text preview, and an icon. Yeah, this thing might be a little. Let me take a look. Yeah, there is a layout in this example. Oh, yeah, it's using Flexbox. So I'm going to create a task. The task has like several things like a button, a space, and a text area, a text view, and a space, and an icon. And for children, and here's some space. Prop. So actually, I can copy this and paste it here, and there are 2 spaces here. Let's take a look. Nothing yet. And here's some text. Some text. The value is so I have to tell the framework to read value from text field. The noodles. And here the box. In some background color. Yeah. I actually decided to use blue color for color. Better pick a color panel. It should be wider. I can't see it very clearly. Blue 80 and 70. Let's see, it's good. Yeah, I think the color is good. Maybe can it be better? I may need a better color palette. So it have some width and height, like 32 px. I believe it's 40 in the demo I created before. So it's better. The layout should be raw middle because I need to put it in the middle. Okay, not very good. Yeah, let me make it a little different for the radius. 8 pixels. Okay, and some space 8 pixel, 4 pixel, 8 pixel, and maybe still border radius. Border is 1 pixel solid. Oh. Okay, and this thing should extend, and here's the its own icon. The icon. The name of the icon is lit. Okay, and the text should have a style called flex. If the flex tells it to expand the width, and so it's using the whole space, not in use yet. And this is a task. So I still have to styles for the. Okay, there are some more styles like I have to add some style like cursor point in this area, and I have to use color red. Color red to indicate it's a dangerous operation, and to indicate it's a done task, I have to use a very light, dark I don't know how to call it, a very some dim color or some dark color. So anyway, I have to use some color like, say I'm going to use this actually it's not that simple, because I have to create an element which respond to different data. So I'm going to wrap it with a node. It's the type of the node is sum. It's called sum. Yes, it's called sum. And the sum should have some values like value and kind. It's the kind of the value is boolean. And the value of the value should be from down, and it needs two children. Actually, I need to copy the paste here. And the first one is when the default one, when the color is 4. Okay. So down task. This is down task, and down is true. True is rendering the second. Yep. But I think I have reverted the colors. It should be blue here. Let's take a look. So the base very yeah, the color is not that cool. Does it look cool? 730. How about this? So basic element task, it looks like this, and down task looks like this. Yeah. Let's make it look cooler. And also 32 pixels. You may miss some high order abstractions in in JSX or field template. Anyway, I don't have such powerful things in my editor. So here's a task. So what I'm going to do next? I'm going to design a list, trying to make the template a little wider. The first is 160 pixels. And I'm going to check the records. It's a record. It's records. So the UI for the records. So first it's a list. It's a list of the element, and it has some. So let's preview the list. It has some value. The value of the list should be. Actually, I have to create some value for it first. So the base value is. So the base value is it's a list. It's a list of tasks like ID x1 and the text food like fish like down false and x2 and sushi dumplings. I'm not sure about the okay rice. There's noodles and down to. So it's two tasks, and I use this data here, and for list I have to use some append. So first it's so say I don't want nothing but an inspect element. Oh, let me take a look. And the inspect. So inspect element should have some prop per hint. Title. Inspect. Oh, so that's the bug. So it should tell me to use a prop called title. Anyway, task data. So I'm going to preview the task data. So for list, I have to use a value called value. The value is just. So I'm going to use a row middle, a column. Yeah, and a column. Actually, it's not inspect. I should use. I should use something like a template. So the template should have a name. The name of the template it's a task. So it's a task. So and also I have to use data. So it's using. I think it's using item. Yeah, it's using item to grab data since rand list. So since rand list will create several data here, like in item, in index, and in outer. And yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, this isn't finished because there's also a case we have to deal with because when there's empty, oh no. So when there's the data, no task. So when there's no task, the data is only a very simple factor. If I use this data, it renders to nothing. So I'm going to repeat it with a sum. The type, the kind is a list. So the value is just the value I use. So some need so I'm going to Okay, center, no difference, and box. So here's some test called attribute props values input empty and some styles and some color. Yeah. So this is something. I'm going to switch you to the base data is 2 tasks, and once you switch to empty, it's nothing. That's the task I want. Actually, when it's empty, I have to yeah. So now you go to the overview and then you see empty records and basic records. So the last thing I have to do is to use a container to put all of them together. It's using a column and append or maybe it's four items. So I need to into template. The template name is header. Let's go to preview, and it's a header. And the second thing is something divider. Okay, and the third thing is template. Template is using it's records. And the last thing is it's still template, but it's using the name footer. Well, you may don't like the footer because there's still some problems in the footer, like this one. Still, I have to use some here. Some the kind is a list. It should be a list, and the value should be empty, and it may need some prepend some element like nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. It's just nothing. So for footer there's nothing, but just something can be empty. Oh. So basically they need some data like nothing. It is just something. It's just something, and it has some data like empty. Empty is nothing. So you got an overview of all the UI elements of a footer or a header, a task, and some records. And the last thing you want to see is the container, which use all the components. So it's not appearing on the overview panel. Is because I haven't added some base data. Yeah, once the data is added, yeah, it's cool. So the structure of the task is like something a demo and a records. So that's all the things we need, like this work is tedious. X0 and text. Sounds fish. I don't like fish actually. Chimps. And down cross. Beside chimps is x1 meet 2. So this is a basic structure of the data we need. Looks very simple, and now I'm going to connect the data because I have to pass the value, the data from input to the header, and it's running in demo. Then I'm also going to pass down data from records to footer, and it has something, and also basic the name and the data of records. Also, I need a very simple empty. It's totally empty because I have an empty input and an empty record. It's empty. Yeah, it appears on this side. Yeah, this tip is annoying because it's a development tool. But anyway, you may hardly see the overview. Never mind. I can padding button 200 pixels, 8 pixel. There's many ways you can do to once you have the control of the source code. Okay, looks better. Okay. So next I'm going to add some actions. So the UI is already here. So I'm going to. So when you touch on the button, there nothing happens. The next I'm going to do is to bind some events, like in at button I use event called click. There is an action called submit. Okay, and then I click on the button. Yeah, it's emitting the action called submit, and also there's some input actions on input element, and also it has to respond to key down event, key down, and see. Now we have input and key down event. Oh, it should not be key down. So now we have two events. It responds to input event and the key down event. And on footer, there are two actions like click event and to clear action, and prop click event to which one? Archive click clear archive. Yeah, and task for a task. Currently I have to bind events on both of them, or maybe I'm not sure. Some elements should not respond to. Yeah, it should respond to toggle event, and this one is not bounded yet. And I have to click toggle event, and okay. And on the icon I have to bind click event called remove, and now remove. Actually not that simple, because when you click on the button, you don't know which one to to click. So I need to bind ID event to all of the click parent or ID to and the button as well. ID and click, and the ID is printed, and the ID is printed. Yeah, I'm not sure. And okay, I think I've added the actions I need. So in this example, I could have one add task, and okay, it's emitting key down event and input event and submit event and clear event and submit event. Oh, it's archive. Should be archive. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure this is running the wrong text. Archive. So I'm fixing the bug online. There must be some invisible white spaces, and again, archive and clear. And for the task in the only yeah. So now I have all the actions. So then I'm going to save the I'm going to save. I just saved the data to my file, which is in here. So this is the Eden file generated from this tool. You see the structure. There's the type is a button, and the ID you don't see it, and the layout has something, and children and actions. Actually, it's not true because we don't have actions. Scheme markup. Actually, we don't have actions because we don't have actions. Maybe we can delete this somehow later. And the event and attributes and styles is a tree structure of all the elements we created. And if I search for container, it's here. And also more data. So it's a Eden file which is included in this piece of code. It's reading the composer.eden file and relating data, and it renders with a function called render markup. So this is the first step of creating to-do list. I designed the UI. It's not responding to my actions. So you see, here is a store. Here's the store of the action. Template file. Oh no. Here's the store is here. Schema. The store is here. The store has some basic data here. I'm going to some basic data. Yeah, the data is here. Everything is here. The store model. Actually, this thing's wrong. Yeah, this is the basic store. It has some input and some records. And I have a container. The container is it is using the data. It's using the data passing through render function and here. So I'm going to run run this. Yeah, watch. Internally, it's using shadow in the shadow CLJS. This is a configuration file, and okay. While it's starting the app, I'm going to okay. So this function when actions happen, it's called case, and it's in this action I'm going to respond to input action, to key down action, and to submit action, and to clear action, and to archive, and remove, and toggle, and remove. So the app is running. It must be. I don't need to see this one now. So it's running, and when print store, the store is input and the model and record. Yeah, here this is the all the data. Maybe I have to. Persist storage. Delete. So this is the extra steps. It's not included, not actually needed in creating to-do list, but I have to delete all the storage. So okay, I remove the storage, and it's the write code printed. Yeah, it's content and it's empty. 3. This thing is empty, and the input and the record. The UI is running the basic with empty data, and if I print x, some x, it's no matching clause. No matching clause is in the container. No matching clause. So yeah, there was a problem because I didn't implemented the basic actions. Okay. So first I'm going to define code in the update function. Update function is to respond to the update actions like input. Input will set data on the field called input, and using opt data. And submit, it will store input. We'll reset the input field and update it with records. It's adding a new record to the record, and it's the basic text input using the import from store, and this is submit, and yeah, for clear it's simple. It's just resetting the records, and archive might be a little more complicated. It is using the records and filtering with task, and not done task, and only the tasks that are not done will be kept the records. So this is archive, and also remove. Yeah, remove will update a very specific. Will remove a specific records. Filter. Oh, I just copy the code. Filter task and task not done, task not, and not equal of data ID task. This is remove, and also toggle the records and records for filter, and it's a map. It's mapping the function if equals update task done not, else just task. Yeah, this is toggle. So here are some of the actions, and also I have to connect these actions to the updater called dispatch. And for input is very simple. And I just dispatch and input action with the value from options. It's value from options. And for key down, a little more complicated. When equals 13点到 key code event options, and if actually I have to still do a check, not string blank input store. Okay. String. I think I have string. No, I don't have string. Close string. No. It's not. It's just. Yeah, it's string, and if it is the condition match, then it will dispatch submit action with no data, and also for submit it's tracking as well with the not empty condition. And for clearing just dispatch clear action with nil, and as well for archive, and for parent for toggle in the parameter from the task it's an ID. So the code it just compiles to ClojureScript to JavaScript, and as I key code of down, yeah, it's event. Okay. So the data is passed to the store now. It passed to the store. It's input, and as I click, yeah, it's running. Like meet. Yeah, it might look weird because the task is appended on the task. So I'm going to remove this one. So it's not removing. So it's removing. Yeah, it's working. Okay, the task is working. So it almost takes me 40 minutes to finish the task. Anyway, there's still some work to do because the font face is wrong. I need to use a better font face like Reset font normal. It's normal font. Is it working? I don't think so. I have to save the file and see. Yeah, it's working. So this is the task I created, which should be familiar to the original one, which was using the squared button, and yeah, it's fish noodles rice. So I think this is already a very persuasive demonstration of this how this piece of UI could help in creating to-do list. And besides, the UI part is decoupled from the editor. So when you browse code, when you want to create an to-do list besides the template code, which was used to launch the editor, like schema. Schema is very short, and the page which created the index.html file page, which is the this page is used to load the code in development and in production. This is used in production, and here are some scale for like data persistency and some other logics and hot code swapping. Besides the logics, there's only very short code to implement the to-do list. It's just some binding code to connect the actions to the dispatch. So the dispatch is very short. It's very short. Just some checkings of the values, and it's very short, and passing the arguments to dispatch. And also there's some update function you have to write, because it's totally it's a program. You have to write some code to update the code. You can't do everything with an UI, but the UI part is totally finished with the editor. So you have all the conditions rendering to elements like empty and the data values, and it's very, I think it's very simple and very intuitive to find all the components and all the mocks data. You can mock data to debug the UI. You don't have to do operations to create a specific state to debug it. It's very decoupled from the program itself. And what's more, you can hire a UI designer to create this piece, and still tell a programmer, a CloseScript programmer or JavaScript programmer, if he want to write Clojure to finish the logic part. It's very simple, because you don't. It's just some list operations. So this is the demo of a very simple to-do list. Actually, yes, I have to admit the program itself could be very really complicated. The tool I implemented to edit the DOM tree it contains lots of the code, so I can say all the programs can be all the UI programs can be produced by such a tool, but at least it's in an opportunity, and it's a new approach to finish tasks, like we to list tasks to solve the problems we met with before. and it's not a new idea because UI programming is already used in many areas, just not very commonly used in JavaScript community. Yeah, I will still work on it on this direction. So thanks for watching, and I hope you can find some happiness or inspiring from inspiration from this video. Thanks.